Okay, members of the media, good afternoon. Our briefing this afternoon after the meeting this morning. Some of the highlights: the President, His Excellency Major General Retired Conrote, and the Minister of Agriculture and Rural and Maritime Development, Honorable Niaseri Ratu, together with the Commander of the RFMF and Compol, the Commissioner of Police. They visited Palau today, whilst the Prime Minister is actually visiting Obalau, together with the two cabinet ministers and the Commissioner Eastern. The HMN ZS Canterbury has already arrived in Suva as of this morning, and it will depart this evening for Palau. For Red Cross, they have provided cleaning up, and also the provision of tents at 4 schools in Ra, that is 2 in Lawa, and also 2 in Rakiraki. As for the Eastern Division, the Commissioner Eastern Division are also distributing rations and equipment to assist the rehabilitation at Obalau. In terms of damage assessment, the Molebo district in Palau, they have reported 188 dwellings have been destroyed and 80 damage in the district of Molebo. So in terms of the evacuation update for the Eastern Division, overall they have 332 evacuation centers activated, with a total evacuees of 9,842. For the Central Division, the provincial outreach or the divisional outreach that Commissioner Central, together with his team, that is the consultation with the communities that were not badly affected from this tropical cyclone Winston, but at the same time they have already prioritized on the red zone the districts of Ndaosamu, Namena, Sawakasa, Wainimbuka, Apanaitasiri, Nongonidolo, and Namombudo. So for the Central Division, the evacuation centers remained at 155, and the number of evacuees 12,090. For the Western Division, there are 31 evacuation centers in Ra that has been distributed with 1x4 tents, about 39 kitchen boxes of kitchenware, the tarpaulins, cartons of tuna, bags of dal, and also cartons of oil and cartons of milk, bags of rice, bags of sugar, and bags of flour. They were also provided with 50 tents that were distributed to the 5 villages in the Tikina of Buriwai, and 10 tents to the Tikina of Kabula, and 85 tents to the 8 villages in the Tikina or the district of Nakorotumbo. So in terms of evacuation centers, for the Western Division, they still hold the highest, with evacuation centers being activated, number 379, and the number of evacuees in those centers, 30,663. In terms of the Northern Division, some of the highlights: the provision of water tanks that have been delivered to Yadata Island, and also for Taviuni, the Nangara to Songulu, Naselesele areas are now being accessible by public transport, and Bua also now have a communication clear with Vodafone, and the Red Cross have assisted about 309 families and 23 villages in Bua with 349 black bag, the provision of tarpaulins, cooking sets, hygiene kits, dignity kits, baby kits, and also with 10-liter water containers, together with mosquito coil. So for the evacuation centers in the Northern Division, they have 59 currently being activated, with a total number of evacuees 2,844. So in terms of analysis of the evacuation centers and the evacuees, we have now reached the 12th day or the 13th day, and we have noted that because of the request from the Minister of Education to clear the schools that are currently being habitated as evacuation centers, we are now seeing that overall the numbers are actually going down. And you would expect hopefully by Sunday we should be able to clear the schools so that we can allow the schools to resume normal classes from Monday next week. Some of the relief supplies that are being moved by our air assets from our base in Nausori, where we have helicopters and also planes from Australia, New Zealand, from New Zealand and France that are providing air lanes or air assets through these helicopters. For the 4th Division, so far we have distributed through these air lanes about 731 tarpaulins, the home kits of 131, shelter kits of 754, and a couple of other items, including food rations. So that has been the core base that we are operating at the moment to supply to inaccessible areas and also to the most needy areas where our divisional commissioners and their team have constraints and have limitations. So we are supplying from the air and the base from Nausori. Instead, for our status summary, the number of deaths have not changed. It remains at 43. For the evacuation centers, we remained at 925. And for the evacuees, it is now 55,439 for the 4 divisions. So I'll touch a bit on the education facilities. For the Western Division, there has been an increase in the number of schools affected to 49 for Mbatha districts, and also for Rakiraki, 24 districts. There have been a revision in the costing for Mbatha district, 5.74 million now, and for Rakiraki, 7.44 million. With the Central Division for Nausori, the number of schools affected has gone up to 24. The total number of schools affected for the 4 divisions are actually 271, and the total tag for the Ministry of Education remains at 46.42 million. For their facilities, the update on their facilities is that they have 79 schools now. It has decreased from the 90 plus that we had yesterday that are still being used as evacuation centers. And the schools that have remained closed up to date is 131 for the 4 divisions. So, members of the media, that is where we are at the moment. Maybe for the Ministry of Agriculture, I should say that they are focusing on the full distribution of seeds and the planting materials to the affected areas, covering Western Viti Levu, the Ra area, the eastern of Viti Levu in terms of the Tai Levu North, and also Naitashiri. And seeds are also being prepared to be moved to Lau and also to Lumaiviti, the Kaunrove and Bua. So for the Ministry of Agriculture, they are working around the clock to ensure that these affected communities are being supplied with the relevant seeds and cutting materials that should be able to prop up their food security in a few months to come, so that can bring back the situation into normalcy. I'll touch a bit on the on forestry. So far, the field assessment that has been made for Ndawasamu plantation, there are 65% damaged at Ndawasamu on their plantation. There's also been a field assessment made on Ovalau, and what the Ministry of Forestry have done, it has already tendered out an expression of interest, closing on the 11th of March, where contractors, or those who would like to apply to harvest and cartage of pine logs from Ndawasamu area, milling and processing of pine logs from Ndawasamu area, and the sawmilling of wind-blown pine trees. Why we say this is because those were assets, that were built over the years, and a lot of them are now on the ground. And what we need to do now is to mill those logs, so that we can have some sort of economical benefit back to the community, and can also be used extensively now for the rehabilitation that will be done on the construction in the industry. So as an estimate for Ndawasamu area, they have about 25,536 cubic meter And with that, it can cover for about 670 houses. There are also standing volume in Lakemba, also in Ngau, also in Koro, and in Honombalavu. The standing volume for these islands or for these areas about 367,006 cubic meter. With that, we should be able to, by estimate, provide a bit over 2,000 houses being constructed. So these are the things that the government are trying to do in trying to estimate and look forward into the future of what will happen and how it will affect our industry. And right now, the use of those existing assets, even though they are on the ground, they can be used, for example, the pine trees that I've talked about, that will provide some sort of relief in terms of our construction industry. For the Fisheries Department, they have come up with an estimated cost of about 5,698,400 to their assets or to their property.